Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Orina. Activists have taken exception to the statement by Chief Minister Pramod Sawant that adverse law and order situation in Goa is due to migrants. They said that one cannot allege without reason. Another activist said that if government has data, then one should act against them, including beggars. But no such action is forthcoming.
Why is the crime rate increasing in Goa? Ask activists. We can't put restrictions against migrants, say activists. Do you have data to make such statement? Activists asked.
भारतीय घटनेच्या कलम 19 नुसार भारत देशांतल्या राज्यांनी जो भारत देशाचो नागरीक आसा तो खंयसरय फिरू शकता. तेका लागून भायले जे लोक भायल्या राज्यांतले जे लोक गोव्यान येतात तेंचेर तुमकां कायदेशीर निर्बंध तसो पळोवपाक गेल्यार घालपाक मेळना. परंतु त्याच बरोबर ही गोष्ट अशी आसा की पयलींदा गोंय सरकाराक पळोवचें पडटलें की गोव्यान जर क्रायम रेट वाडपाक लागल्या तो क्रायम रेट नेमको कित्याक लागून वाडपाक लागला आनी तेजी नेमकी कारणां कितें. म्हजें पर्सनल मत अशें आसा की विनाकारण कोणाचेरय दोश दिवप क्रायम रेट वाडपाक लागला म्हणून हें बरोबर न्ही. म्हणजे उदाहरणार्थ समजा जर आमी भायल्या लोकांचेर विनाकारण दोश दिलो म्हणून तें जावचें ना, तर तो कित्याक लागून वाडपाक लागला तेजें कारण कितें हें पयलींदा आमकां सोदून काडचें पडटलें आनी त्या अनुसार दिशा निर्देश आसा ते तयार करचे पडटले. लक्षांत आयलें. आनी ह्या दृश्टिकोनांतल्यान गोंय सरकारान पयलींदा पावलां उचलपाची. धन्यवाद.
माझो असो एक प्रश्न मुख्यमंत्र्याक आसा की हे स्टेटमेंट करच्या पयलीं तुमी विचार केल्लो का म्हणून. कारण जर मायग्रंट्सां खातीर गोंयान क्रायम्स वाडल्या जाल्यार मायग्रंट्सांक आडोवपाक लागून तुमी ह्या गोंय सरकारान आतां पर्यंत केलें कितें. दुसरें, गोंयान मायग्रंट्स कितले आसा हाजो डेटा सरकारा कडेन आसा काय कितें. मायग्रंट लेबर एक्ट जो आसा त्या एक्टाच्या अंडर मायग्रंट लेबर्सांची एक यादी लेबर कमिशनरा कडेन आसची पडटा. ती गोंयच्या लेबर कमिशनरा कडेन ही यादी आसा काय कितें. खंयच्या इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेटीन खंयच्या स्टेटीतले लोक मॅक्झिमम रावता हे सरकारा कडेन डेटा आसा काय कितें. आनी हो जर डेटा सरकारा कडेन आसा जाल्यार सरकारान ताजेर नियंत्रण दवरपाची गरज आशिल्ली, ना की हो बालिश स्टेटमेंट सरकारान करपाचो. म्हाका तर अशें दिसता की जर सरकार म्हणटा की मायग्रंट्सांक लागून क्रायम्स गोंयान वाडल्या जाल्यार ते इल्लिगली गोंयान रावपी मायग्रंट्स जे आसा तांचेर ह्या सरकारान एक्शन घेवंक जाय. तांकां ह्या सरकारान हांगच्यान धांवडोवन घालूंक जाय. आमी अशें पळयलां की हांगा भिकारी आसा, बेगर्स एक्टाचो इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जायना, हांगा मायग्रंट एक्टाचो इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जायना, हांगा खंयच्याच कायद्याचें म्हणटा तें इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जायना आनी हांगा मायग्रंट्सांक वोट बँका खातीर यूज केलो वता.
Devin Gaungar for Herald TV.
The additional sessions judge Mapsa has granted conditional bail to owner of the controversial Curlies shack at Anjuna Beach. Edwin Nunes against a personal bond of Rs 30,000 and two sureties of Rs 15,000 each in connection with Sonali Fogat's death. Nunes is not allowed to visit Curlies restaurant and will need to take permission before leaving the state. Nunes will also have to report to the court when called. CCTV footage picked up an apparently spiked substance being given to Fogat at Curlies, followed by visuals of her staggering towards the bathroom on the top floor of Curlies, hours before her death. Meanwhile, the High Court on Wednesday adjourned the hearing for Monday on a petition filed by the Goa government challenging the order of the Mapsa JMFC court to send Nunes into judicial custody.
The additional sessions judge Mapsa has granted conditional bail to Edwin Nunes in connection with Sonali Fogat's death. The additional session judge Mapsa has put forth certain conditions against a personal bail bond of Rs 30,000 and two sureties of Rs 15,000 each. Nunes is not allowed to visit Curlies restaurant and will need to take permission before leaving the state. Anjuna police on August 27th arrested Edwin Nunes, who runs the Curlies Beach Shack, and a drug peddler Datta Prasad Kankar in connection with BJP leader Sonali Fogat's death, taking the total number of arrests to 4. Edwin Nunes has now been granted conditional bail.
Yes, the Edwin Nunes has been granted bail by the Additional Session Judge Mapsa on various conditions. We have to give surety of 30,000. Then he cannot leave state of Goa without permission of the court, and he has to report as and when required by the court. And other conditions are put, which are more general conditions.
He should not visit Shag also.
He should, yeah, that is one of the main conditions which is put by the court, that he should not visit Curlies.
Okay.
And they were agreed to it for time being.
What about the two accused?
Two accused, they have not moved the bail, so perhaps they will move the bail, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or day after, whenever.
Anjuna police also filed that application.
Remand application.
Yes, their remand application, they were seeking police custody against me. So their police remand application for police custody is rejected.
Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
With 3 drug peddlers nabbed by the anti-narcotics cell, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant on Wednesday clarified that Goa is not a place to do drugs, but it is a place for good tourists. If anyone is found consuming drugs at a venue, a case will be filed against them. The anti-narcotics cell is coordinating well with other departments to curb the drug menace in the state, Sawant claimed. Within the last 3 years, the anti-narcotics cell has seized large quantities of drugs which will soon be destroyed publicly.
With 3 drug peddlers nabbed by the anti-narcotics cell, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant clarified that Goa is not a place for doing drugs. If anyone is found consuming drugs at a venue, a case will be filed against them, he said. The anti-narcotics cell is coordinating well with other departments to curb the drug menace in the state, Sawant claimed.
टुरिस्ट सीजन आसा किंवा त्या खातीर आमी पयलीच मेसेज दिवपाक सोदता की गोंय हें ड्रग्सा खातीर ना, गोंय हें बऱ्या टुरिस्टांक हांगा येवपा खातीर आसा. त्या खातीर आमी नायट क्लब्स आसत किंवा बाकीच्यो पार्टी डेस्टिनेशन आसत, खंयसरूय ड्रग कंज्यूम करपी सुद्दां जर आसत जाल्यार तेजेरूय बी केसीस फायल जातल्यो. सगळे जाण हांव कालूच त्या खातीर हांवें प्रिजनूय विजीट केलो काल, आनी थंयसरूय बी बऱ्याच जाणां कडेन वेगवेगळे विशय सोदून घेतल्या उपरांत अशा पद्दतीच्या केसीसाक गोंयांत थारो दिलो वयतलो. एंटी नार्कोटिक्स सेल एएनसी आमचे खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात काम करपाक लागला इन कोऑर्डिनेशन विथ ऑल द डिपार्टमेंट. सीजन स्टेट होने के वास्ते यहाँ पे ढेर सारे लोग आते हैं, लेकिन हम ये मैसेज देना चाहते हैं कि गोवा इज नॉट फॉर द ड्रग्स. इसीलिए तो पार्टी चेक करना बाकी. आज 3 ड्रग पेडलर को हमने कल और आज मिलकर अरेस्ट किया जो मेजर सप्लायर्स थे. इससे मुझे लगता है कि जो सप्लाई कर रहे थे वो खुद बंद हो गए. पीट एनडीपीएस ने
सर क्या
पीट एनडीपीएस ने 3 ड्रग पेडलर को पकड़ा है और 1 साल के लिए डिटेंशन.
सर क्या
मेरे मुझे पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट के ऊपर पूरा भरोसा है और जिस तरह से उसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है तो इस दिल एंड तक उसके पहुंच जाए.
Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan Pillai has said production should be carried out in Goan villages. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, Governor said, Gram Swaraj is the only way forward. Gram Swaraj needs to be coupled with knowledge, Governor said while speaking at Village Panchayat Pilen on Wednesday. The Governor is on a visit to village panchayats in Goa and has covered 70% of the village panchayats.
Gram Swaraj should be coupled with knowledge, says Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan Pillai. Gram Swaraj is the only way to development, Sridharan Pillai says in the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Production should be carried out in villages, says Goa Governor.
Swaraj plus Gram, both terms are there. So that is why if you think I am also a student of politics, economy, law and other things, I am only a student. So when I am studying things, I am very much satisfied myself to say that our actual production that is being carried out in villages. For village people, they are working hard. Agricultural operations are there. Of course, body field is concerned. I don't know what is the exact position here. People are now in agriculture. So, you people are learning. I am also learning today because I am in the midst of this God's gift. So, God given this gift to you. You are getting enjoyment. whenever you look into the other side. So that is why Mahatma Gandhi, father of our nation, stated that Grama Swaraj is the only solution for the development of India.
Prakash Gadekar for Herald TV.
President Verna Industries Association VIA Pradeep Da Costa on Wednesday said that industries continue to struggle for basic infrastructure like roads, water and power. Da Costa said that despite several assurances by the government, nothing has changed. A letter was submitted to the officials of the department explaining that the power substation at Verna caters to the entire Murmugaon Taluka. The SEZ has opened for new industries, but there is no power to support these industries, said Da Costa.
Verna Industry continues to struggle for basic infrastructure, said the Verna Industries Association President Pradeep Da Costa. Da Costa said that despite several assurances by the government, nothing has changed. The SEZ has opened up for new industries, but there is no power to support these industries, said Da Costa.
See, our requests have not changed because for the last maybe 2-3 years or 4 years, the issues are the same. First of all is the basic infrastructure, that is water, roads and electricity. It's the first thing that we are struggling with and we are still struggling with. So these are the first major infrastructure issues that we are struggling with, which the government had assured, but till date nothing really has happened. Electricity is this when before the new government came, when the new minister came into this, I had given a letter to the chief secretary, the electrical secretary, power secretary as well as the chief engineer, explaining the condition of a substation at Verna. Now that Verna substation caters not only to Verna industrial estate but the whole of Murmugaon Taluka. And the problem is the infrastructure is nearly 20 years old. So it is hardly operating at 80% efficiency and it is used 100%. So what happens is any new construction, whether it is domestic, where many in the UFEC Vasco area, a lot of heavy construction is happening, domestic, so their power requirement will be there. Now industry, the SEZ lands are being allocated, so more power is required. Where is that going to come from? The infrastructure is not available. This existing one itself is below standard. So they were supposed to get a new this transformer, 60 kVA or 160 kVA, which nothing has happened. It's not SEZ, but SEZs are now being opened up for auction for new industry to come up, which is very good. The intention seems very right because it will generate huge employment. But the problem is, if you see, like I just mentioned to you, electricity, water, and this is a big problem, especially electricity. Now, without electricity, how are those guys going to start? Because ideally, the government should have started with a substation to cater to that areas which are opening up.
Kiran Bolkar for Headon TV.
Father Cleve Tellis was installed as the Provincial of Silesian Province of Panjim on Wednesday morning at a grand concelebrated Mass at Our Lady of Fatima, Panjim. Silesian Rector Major Father Agnel Fernandez Artim installed him as the fourth Provincial.
Father Artim called on Father Cleve to take care of his confreres and the Silesian family. He called on him to take care of the youth, especially the most underprivileged. Father Artim also called Father Cleve to take care of himself.
Thank you very much to the media for having covered this occasion, an occasion in which the installation by the Rector Major, Reverend Father Angel, was here in Goa to install me as the provincial, the fourth provincial of the province of Panjim. We are only happy that the institutes of Don Bosco spread in about 133 countries also has a very strong presence here in Goa. We completed 75 years of the institutions of Don Bosco's in Goa. 10 of them very, very specifically in Goan soil, of which we boast of an engineering college in Fatauda, the agricultural college in Sukona, and the BPEd college, which is the only one in Goa. Besides that, the Salesians have been working for more than 30 years with a night school from the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th for the poor and for those who find it difficult to go through mainstream education. Don Bosco's renews its commitment to working for the poor and the needy. We'll be working for migrants, we'll be working for the poor, we'll be working for the poor and most abandoned. And our young boys and girls who require us will always have us there. We want to work with all government agencies, with people of like-mindedness that share this charism of working for our young people, for they are the future of our nation. They are the future of our state of Goa. The Konkan region starts right from the districts of Ratnagiri, right through the coastal line till Mangalore. And we do have 6 presences in Karnataka, 2 in Maharashtra. And for that we are very grateful to the adjoining states in which this beautiful work of Don Bosco continues. We ask you for your prayers, your support, and we promise ours undeterred service that we've been doing for all these years will continue for our young and the poor and the marginalized. God bless.
Ringraziando Dio per trovarci insieme. And dear friends, let's thank the Lord for coming together here this morning. La munizione che ho sentito era molto ricca e con grande motivazione per capire quello che ci dobbiamo fare. The feeling I get is that the experience I have is something, we have is something very rich. Let us learn to understand God's will. Voglio sottolineare come significativa la presenza di tanti dei nostri confratelli salesiani, anche quelli delle 6 ispettorie che hanno potuto venire già per il nostro obiettivo spirituale. I want to highlight the presence of all the other confrères, the other provinces, especially with this intention of getting together with this religious and a spiritual intent. Father Cleve, pochi ispettori cominciano il servizio con una presenza così significativa. Very few of the provinces begin with such a significant gathering of confrères from different provinces.
Freddie Fernandez and Devendra Gaonkar for Herald TV.
An accident was reported at Avdare Junction in Kothombi, Kepe, wherein an 18-year-old student died on the spot after a reported head-on collision with a school bus. Here's more.
On Wednesday morning, a head-on collision took place at Avdare Junction between a school bus and a two-wheeler, wherein a youth from Chandor died on the spot. Prasannan Pednekar for Headon TV.
The Vasco Judicial Magistrate First Class on Tuesday granted 7 days of police custody to the 2 accused Amir Hussain and Deepak Sahani, who are allegedly involved in the murder of Umesh Harijan. The other 3 accused are still at large and police have begun combing operations to find them. The 2 are arrested under sections 143, 148, 341, 323 and 302 of the Indian Penal Code. The post-mortem examination report revealed that the cause of death is lung injury due to a stab wound. The family of the deceased is demanding justice.
The Vasco Judicial Magistrate of the First Class Court on Tuesday granted 7 days of police custody to the 2 accused, Amir Hussain and Deepak Sahani. The 2 are allegedly involved in the murder of Umesh Harijan that took place in Baina on Monday. The other 3 accused are still at large and police have begun combing operations to find them. 35-year-old Umesh Harijan was brutally murdered on Monday at Paina, with sharp object by 5 accused over previous enmity.
रातीकडे 2 accused अरेस्ट केले आहा. One is Amir Hussain, age 32, आणि दुसरो दीपक सहानी हांकां राती अरेस्ट केले आहा. सो आयज तांकां मॅजिस्ट्रेटा फुडल्यान प्रोड्यूस केले फॉर रिमांड, आनी आमकां 7 दीस रिमांड मेळ्ळें आहा सद्याक. विक्टिमाचो पोस्टमॉर्टम जाल्लो आयज, आणि कॉज ऑफ डेथ इज ड्यू टू लंग इंजुरी ड्यू टू अ स्टॅब वूंड.
आनी कितें एक्यूज अशें
आनीक 3 एक्यूज आसा जे सद्याक absconding आहा.
DSP it is learned that की जो डिजीज आसा म्हणजे जो मर्डर जाला तेजेर सम केसीस रजिस्टर आसा पयलींच्यो. कितल्यो केसीस आनी कितें कोर्टान मॅटर कितें आसा?
देर आर अबाउट 4 केसीस विच आर पेंडींग ट्रायल. 3rd केसीस आहा थोडे.
आनी इज इट ट्रू दॅट अमीर तो एक्यूज आसा तेजेरूय देर आर सम एसॉल्ट केसीस बी रजिस्टर आसा?
अमीराचेर 1-2 केसी आहा रजिस्टर which are also charge sheeted and which are pending trial in the court.
So what is the motive of the crime between Coron Island?
Motive at the moment is जे आमकां कोण येला की तेचे भितर एनिमिटी आसली, previous enmity. So that we will establish once all the accused are arrested. The correct motive will be established.
DSP besides the accused Amir, ते बाकीचे 3 जाण accused आसा त्यांचो बॅकग्राऊंड कसो कितें? what they to do कितें कळ्ळां इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन?
Unless we arrest them सद्याक I will not be in a position to comment, but अशें ऑड जॉब करताले. एकलो पण वेजिटेबल वेंडर आहलो. एक कोम्बिंग ऑपरेशन चालू केलो. आयज सांचे बद्दल एक कोम्बिंग ऑपरेशन जातलें. एरियांचे सगळे क्रिमिनल परत चेक करतले. एरिया डॉमिनेशन जातली इन बायना एरिया.
DSP was the 5th accused नाव बी कितें कळ्ळां?
5th accused is one दुर्ग्या म्हणून. दुर्गे.
अभी मेरा बेटा कमाती खाता था तो कुछ भी कर करके जिंदगी करता था. अभी वो 3 महीना का पेट से है. अभी उसको कौन न्याय दिएगा? हमको कौन पालेगा? हमको कौन ये करेगा? तो एक बहन है, बहन का भी शादी भी करने का कौन करेगा उसको? हमको न्याय चाहिए. मेरे बेटे को बचाने को हिम्मत करने का. हमको कुछ भी गवर्नमेंट कुछ भी मदद करना मांगता. मेरा बेटा को कैसा मारा ना ऐसा वो लोग को भी जिंदगी खराब करना मांगता. मेरा कितना न्याय चाहिए मेरे को.
Kiran Bolkar for Herald TV.
Anjuna police on Tuesday found an extremely decomposed body at St. Miguel Wado. Police stated that the owner of the house visited his premises on Monday after 4 months and noticed the lock had corroded and broken and was shocked to notice a body in a highly decomposed state.
The Anjuna police on Tuesday found an extremely decomposed body at St. Miguel's Wado, and this is just next to Curlies restaurant. Police stated that the owner of the house visited his premises on Monday after 4 months and noticed the lock had corroded and broken and was shocked to notice a body in a highly decomposed state. He then immediately informed the police and PSI Dheeraj Devidas, and who rushed to the spot and conducted the Panchnama and sent the body to GMC Bambolim for autopsy. Forensic experts were alerted, however, nothing suspicious was found. The police said that the incident must have taken place around 2 to 3 months back. An exact reason behind the death could be clear only after the autopsy report. It's Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
The Wasco police conducted a flag march from Baina to Mangor Hill on Tuesday evening over the tense situation in the port town. Police thoroughly inquired about the whereabouts of the ones having a criminal background and those wandering around, and have been given a stern warning against disturbing law and order. Wasco's law and order system has come under criticism by citizens after Umesh Harijan's murder in broad daylight in Baina on Monday.
The Wasco police conducted a flag march from Baina to Mangor Hill on Tuesday evening over the tense situation in Wasco. Police thoroughly inquired about the whereabouts of the ones having a criminal background.
पेट्रोलिंग आज न्ही आमचें पेट्रोलिंग चालू आसा गेल्ले 3 म्हयने. हें पेट्रोलिंग आनी फ्लॅग मार्च आमी मेंटेन करतात टू कंट्रोल दीज रावडीज, हिस्ट्री शीटर्स who are roaming here and there during the nights and committing the crimes. So आजच न्ही आमचें चालूच आसा. आज आमी स्पेशली मांगूर आनी बायणा एरियेक केलें, कित्याक काल एक आमकां बायणा मार्मुगांव पुलीस स्टेशनार एक मर्डर रिपोर्ट जाल्यार एक विक्टीम ताका 5 जाणांनी दिसाचो कोयत्यो बी घेवन मारलो आनी त्या हाजेर आमी मर्डर रजिस्टर केल्ले आसा. सो आमी ही पळय गुंडगिरी आसा ती हांवें पयलीं 3 म्हयने पयलीं सांगिल्ली की आय विल नॉट टॉलरेट एनी गुंडगिरी. पूण खंय खंय बारीक बारीक थोडे जे आसात ते तांची तकली वयर काडपाक लागल्यात. सो म्हजी तांकां एक स्ट्रिक्ट वॉर्निंग आसा, दीस वील नॉट बी टॉलरेटेड अँड आय चॅलेंज दॅट इफ दे कंटिन्यू देन दे हॅव टू फेस द कॉन्सिक्वन्सीस. सो बरे भशेन तांणी कितें आसा तें स्टॉप करचें, नाजाल्यार तांची कॉन्सिक्वन्सीस पळय कितें आहात ते फेस करपाक तांणी रेडी रावचें.
Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
And that's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.